Hey, so I was thinking about how they say that there's not like a single star out there that could inhabit a planet that wouldn't, burn to death or freeze to death or whatever. The gravitational pull is too much. But the thing about that is that a star the size of our sun is so incredibly hard to see through if you have, supernovas right next to it. Like, it literally makes me think that the brightness of the supernova or something huger is outshadowing the small star that would be needed to sustain life. So I mean, I know there's stuff smaller than the sun, but it just doesn't seem like the excuses they use to find life, are good enough that we just have never found a star the same size as our sun. It's like that's bullshit. I mean, it's fucking far out there. We can only look at galaxies, not in them. And B, you don't even, once we get to that star system, if we could look at it, it would still be millions of years in the past. And, it could have burned out by now. I mean, I know it probably takes 1 billion years for our sun to burn out, but we'll probably be gone by then. I was looking at this stellar system called Eta Carinae. It's about 8,000 light years from the sun, and it was first recorded in 1730, and then it just exploded around 1843. Now this is very interesting to me because this reminds me of supernova 1987. 13 days after me exploding, and then Nietzsche has Eta Carinae. Carinae, I don't know how to pronounce that. In 1843, half a year before he was born. I think these star systems, and Halley's Comet for Mark Twain, that whole claymation show is based off the idea that, Mark Twain came back from fucking Halley's Comet. So, I really, I think the stars are helping with the transfer of souls between systems. And Jose Arguelles is what really made me start to practicalize this idea instead of just making it all cliche and stuff. I mean, it actually, I think, pertains to what the fuck is going on. Like Daniel Pinchbeck said, that old souls are probably going to start returning around 2012 to help the younger souls with this transition. And I know I am this now. In Hinduism, it says that the Bhagavad Gita says by Krishna, whenever there's decay of righteousness and there's exaltation of unrighteousness, then I myself come forth for the destruction of evildoers for the sake of firmly establishing righteousness. I am born from age to age. And there's just a whole list of things, a lot of different cultures that believed in, prophetic returns instead of just I'm the only Buddha and this is it. Like, this is the Buddha. He says, I am not the first Buddha who came upon earth, nor shall I be the last. In due time another Buddha will arise in the world, a holy one. He will reveal to you the same eternal truths which I have taught you. He will proclaim a religious life wholly perfect and pure, such as I now proclaim. Nietzsche. And it says, in those days, brethren, there will arise in the world an exalted one named Mateya. He will be an arahant, fully awakened, abounding in wisdom and goodness, happy with knowledge of the worlds, unsurpassed as a guide to mortals, willing to be led. Unsurpassed as a guide to mortals willing to be led, a teacher for gods and men, an exalted one, a Buddha, even as I am now. The law, lovely in its origin, lovely in its progress, lovely in its consummation, will he proclaim, both in the spirit and in the letter. So, I mean, Nietzsche, gave us a kind of new law of just breaking down and hammering down prior laws because of its datedness and spiritual, lack of awareness. Back then, laws were just sin, sin, sin from the Bible, whatever. Except in Buddhist days, they just had the Tao and just kind of were. That was very interesting, I think. I just saw that Keanu Reeves movie, by the way, Little Buddha. It's kind of hilarious. But, y'all, watch it for yourself. It says, in Hinduism, when the practices taught by the Vedas and the institutes of law shall nearly have ceased, and the close of the Kali age shall be nigh, pretty close, a portion of that divine being who exists of his own spiritual nature in the character of Brahma, and who is the beginning and the end, and who comprehends all things, shall descend upon the earth. He will be born as Kalki in the family of an eminent Brahmin of a Sambala village endowed with the 8 superhuman faculties. Kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. And I think the whole Baha'i, the Baha'i prophecies, I have to give a sigh there, because that guy is just, he's very positive and he's very nice. But Nietzsche had more prophecies qualitatively and quantitatively than those two Baha'i twins. The Baha'i is not those dudes, it's Nietzsche. The Baha'i faith is the Mesoamerican prophet, is William Miller's Messiah, is this new Buddha. You know, y'all should really read him. I think he's extremely underrated. And I'm wondering, you know, on my quotes page on my description, it says that Emerson quote that, you know, the least change in our point of view gives the whole world a pictorial air. And what this means to me is that it's kind of our past lives unfolding, and that or each new truth is just showing us how the world is completely new. It's like our skin shedding, and most people think they've shed all their skins. They've gone through all their phases. But how wrong they are, you know. Nietzsche said every philosophy is a philosophy of some stage in life. And that pertains to astrology as well. The archetypes of astrology, like Uranus is about to exit Pisces finally this year. And Neptune is going to enter Pisces around 2012. And all this change is happening. And Pluto's in Capricorn. It's finally happening. And thank God those major planets are hitting my, you know, natal chart. But anyway, so the Baha'i, they are blinded. And the Eta Carinae star is interesting. It's the second brightest star in the sky besides Sirius at the time. And Sirius was like, you know, only, you know, 20 light years away. And Eta Carinae was fucking 8,000 light years away. So yeah, a lot of stuff. Oh, 7:15. Later.